clarity. I'm getting a lot more questions in my inboxes. So at least 3 times people ask me about bench pressing, so I feel like I should just answer the question. And also, just because I naturally suck at bench pressing, but I've gotten better at it, I feel like I kind of know what I'm talking about here. No, my experience is this. I know that I was always a legitimate like 315, 320, 330 pound bench presser for like two or three, but I would never really work on it. I didn't really care for it. But what happened is about 3 or 4 years ago, I signed up for a powerlifting meet. It was probably like my second or third, something like that. And I knew that my bench press was going to hold me back in my weight class. I've always been a legitimate deadlifter and squatter, so I knew if I trained that a little bit, I would be very respectable in those lists. But my bench was going to hold me back. So what I did, the number one tip that I did was hone in on my technique. Basically understanding that I work from the floor up, where my ideal optimal foot position needed to be, why I needed to drive my heels through the ground, or try to drive my heels through the ground. My glutes needed to be firing and squeezing like crazy, lower back. My shoulder blades needed to be retracted and driving into that bench. Where bar placement should be, how to engage the lats, where to hit my chest, and how to drive up. That added easily 20, 25 pounds, basically when I really felt, when I could feel the difference within the weight. Like before that, 320, 330 would be hard. Now it would be that much easier. So, you know what I mean? That obviously worked. Number two is I worked on it two days a week because I knew it was in the beginning of the week and in the end of the week. I had a traditional heavy lifting day where I worked in that 1 to 5 rep zone, and another day in that 1 to 5 rep zone, and I kind of waved those throughout. And the second thing, I added a lot more volume to my pressing. So what I would do is I'd work in traditional bodybuilding work, with incline bench, flat bench, and just random push-ups. But I would also do drop sets, supersets, every method you could possibly think of to make it not be boring in a sense. And the other day I would do a lot more body weight stuff, but high tension exercises. And I would actually do a lot about dips and do a ton of handstand push-ups. And I just wanted volume. I just wanted tons of volume with my pressing. And the volume key part of it is that I personally feel that I put on a little bit of size in my pressing muscles, my chest, pecs, my pecs, shoulders, front delts, triceps, everything that helps you push and engage. And obviously a thicker fiber is going to contract harder, so I feel like that helped me out a bit. But those are the 2 biggest giveaways that I could have done with, with my pressing. And to let you know, I went from pressing 330, I remember that meet, powerlifting meets, you have to pause on the chest, wait for the judge. I believe I hit 385. I'm pretty damn sure, because I think that was to me my best ever. In training, I've almost hit 400. Never really, I don't really care for it right now. I don't really care for it now, but so that was the 2 biggest things that I did. Understand this: if you're an athlete, pressing power and pressing strength is important, but don't let the bench press drive, and don't let it. I know dudes that would out bench press me by a lot, but they weren't better athletes than me. And understand that your pressing strength is just that's one thing on the field of whatever you do. It might help. Understand strength only lasts so long, so that 1 rep max doesn't mean jack shit when you're tired. You know what I mean? You ain't pushing, you can't produce the same amount of force when you're tired. So understand that if you're an athlete, if you're a dude that's just looking to increase your bench press, work on technique, work on adding more volume, and figure out what's wrong with you specifically. That's what helped me. I'm just giving you my experience from what I've done. Also, I'm going to put down some links below. Make sure to put down some links below. I want you guys to have a free ebook that I have. It's not mine personally, but I'll give it to you guys. It has a lot of awesome info on it. From the guy went from benching, I believe, 300 pounds to 500 pounds. This guy solely specializes in bench press, so a lot of info in there you could utilize for yourself. And something else I believe is called Hampton Strength Systems, which is on sale, and it's solely from a guy that bench presses also, but it's on sale on something that I feel you guys can help you guys out also with that. And it's a whole strength system, so it's not just about bench pressing. But if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Hope this helped you out. I know I can only talk from my experience, so I hope that helped you out, and stay tuned for more.